Hello everyone, and welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest. We're here to bring you the most thrilling, detailed recap of the latest episode of Days of Our Lives that aired on September 23rd. If you're eager to get the inside scoop on all the drama that went down, stay with us as we break down every explosive moment in today's recap video. Let's dive right into the chaos, betrayals, and unexpected twists that are shaking up Salem. Monday's episode kicked off with a tense and dramatic scene that left viewers on the edge of their seats. Stefan, still reeling from the recent upheavals, decided to make amends with Ava. However, when he entered her room, he was met with a horrifying sight: Cuckoo Connie holding a knife to Ava's throat. The atmosphere was electric with danger as Connie's wild eyes darted between her two adversaries. Stefan, quick on his feet and thinking of Ava's safety, immediately began to taunt Connie, deliberately provoking her with sharp words. Lee was nothing but a loser, Stefan sneered, knowing it would strike a nerve. Connie, infuriated by Stefan's insults, charged at him in a blind rage, momentarily loosening her grip on Ava. In a swift, calculated move, Ava snatched up a larger knife, forcing Connie to retreat. Connie, brandishing her small paring knife like a desperate animal, slashed Stefan's arm before bolting out of the room. As she disappeared through the door, Ava, still shaken, turned to Stefan with tears in her eyes. "You saved my life," she said, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and gratitude. It was a moment of raw emotion that showed just how close they had come to disaster. As Connie made her frantic escape, she stumbled into a local bar, disoriented but still armed. Jada, who had been on high alert for Connie's unpredictable antics, confronted her outside the bar. Gun drawn and voice firm, Jada commanded, "Drop the knife, Connie, or I will shoot." But Connie was far from finished. Her eyes flashed with madness as she gripped the knife tighter, her mind racing with thoughts of escape. Jada, sensing Connie's desperation, prepared for anything, but even she wasn't ready for Connie's next move. In an act of sheer lunacy, Connie clutched the knife to her chest, her hand trembling. Would she really stab herself in one final, self-destructive bid for control? The suspense was palpable, and viewers were left wondering if Connie's downward spiral would end in tragedy. Connie's actions were beyond erratic. They were the last desperate gasps of a woman who had lost everything, and Jada could only watch in horror, unsure of what Connie would do next. Elsewhere in Salem, Paulina paid a visit to Melinda, who was still reeling from the ordeal of being held captive and narrowly escaping a deadly explosion orchestrated by Connie. Melinda's face bore the weight of her recent trauma, but Paulina arrived with news that was both a blessing and a burden. With EJ's position as district attorney hanging by a thread due to Stefan's threats of scandal, Paulina had no choice but to let it go. Now, she needed someone she could trust to take up the mantle of DA, and Melinda was her first choice. However, Melinda was conflicted. While the opportunity to reclaim her old job was tempting, the circumstances felt murky. She couldn't ignore the guilt of benefiting from EJ's downfall, especially when it seemed Stefan had manipulated events to force Paulina's hand. Paulina, however, was unwavering. "It is gone," she insisted, "and Salem needs you." It was a compelling argument, but Melinda's conscience tugged at her. She knew she was the best person for the job, but could she truly step into EJ's shoes under such controversial circumstances? With Paulina's persistence, Melinda faced a crossroads. Would she rise to the challenge, or would someone else take the reins? Meanwhile, it remained by Gabi's bedside, unaware of the storm brewing around his job. Gabi, still recovering from her harrowing experience, reached out and took EJ's hand, her eyes filled with unspoken gratitude. "You saved my life," she whispered, her voice soft but full of emotion. The connection between them was undeniable, and this shared moment of vulnerability hinted at a deeper bond that could draw them closer together. Could this be the beginning of something new between Ij and Gabi, or would the shadows of their complicated pasts keep them apart? As Gabi held onto Ij's hand, Stefan appeared at the hospital, his arm bandaged from the earlier altercation with Connie. He was there to check on Gabi, hoping to offer his support, but the sight that greeted him, Gabi and Ij holding hands, stopped him in his tracks. The tension in the room was palpable, each character grappling with their own swirling emotions of gratitude, jealousy, and unspoken feelings. How would this new dynamic between Ij, Gabi, and Stefan unfold? Only time would tell. Back at Ava's, she tended to Stefan's wound, wrapping his arm in bandages with a mix of care and frustration. "You didn't have to do that," Stefan murmured, wincing slightly as Ava tightened the bandage. But Ava, still reeling from the terror of the day, insisted. "You saved me, Stefan. This is the least I can do." Their exchange was loaded with unspoken tension, an acknowledgement of their complicated history and the strange, fragile connection that continued to draw them together, even in the face of danger. Ava urged Stefan to go to the hospital to properly treat his injury, and although Stefan was reluctant, he eventually agreed. Little did he know that his visit would bring him face to face with Gabi and Ij, reigniting old rivalries and stirring up new complications. Amidst all the drama and danger, Johnny and Chanel found a brief respite in each other's arms, seeking solace in their shared moments of affection. Johnny's romantic gestures toward Chanel were a bright spot in an otherwise turbulent day. Yet, as sweet as their time together was, it was clear that the storm brewing in Salem would soon catch up with them. Their love story, though filled with passion, was on a collision course with the many secrets and conflicts that defined life in Salem. Monday's episode of Days of Our Lives was packed with intense confrontations, heartfelt confessions, and the kind of drama that keeps viewers coming back for more. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.